Good morning, everyone, to Morning Brews and Cruise News. I'm your host, Trevor Shelby. Today is Monday, June 26th, and we are getting ready for an amazing start to our week. It is gonna be a good day. I actually remember to change the music, so there you go. It's got a little beat to it. Coming into today's episode, we're going to be looking at the Backlash Carnival's receiving on their new menu changes, and we're going to have an in-depth look on the accident at Port Miami. But first, we're going to sip on this double donut coffee, and this is their Expresso blend. So first time I'm doing a double of a double, I guess. I don't know. Woo! Woo, woo, woo. That has got a kick to it. I like it. We're gonna go ahead and give this one a score before I forget the score. We're going 7.8 out of 10. That's really, really good, guys. Now, jumping into today's hot topic with Carnival Cruise Line. If you remember a few episodes ago, we talked about how they were, adding things to the menu, kind of changing things up in the main dining room. And they've tried to spice things up in the kitchen, and they tried to introduce, this fresh new menu. But some fans, they're just not having it. Carnival followed Royal Caribbean and made some big changes on their menus, and they even brought in star chef Emeril Lagasse. Yet this didn't stop their loyal passengers from expressing disappointment at some of their favorite dishes got thrown overboard. Several passengers said they're heartbroken to see the salmon off the daily menu, and they miss it so much they'd probably jump in and swim after it. More after, the passengers expressed sadness over the loss of the rare finds section. Guess these rare finds are more like a lost treasure. These jokes are so dumb. I'm sorry, guys. I wrote these jokes really early. But perhaps the most surprising was the removal of the chilled soups. Who knew that chilled soup was so popular? Another passenger stated that it was something unique to the cruise, not something that you'd find at, your local diner. But hold on to your life vest, because there's been a food rescue mission. In response to the uproar, John Hill, the Carnival brand ambassador, managed to bring back the fan favorite, the strawberry bisque and the cheese plate. Now, I'm no chef, but I've never seen anyone get so excited about a cheese plate. The way the cheese fans reacted, you would think that this cheese was the eighth wonder of the world. But jokes aside, it seems Carnival's open to feedback and willing to make the necessary change before rolling this out across the fleet. It shows that your opinion does matter, even if it is just about cheese. But there you go. But jokes aside, it seems that Carnival's open to feedback and willing to make the necessary changes before rolling this out fleet-wide. So don't worry, they're working on the cheese situation. The one thing that I'm kind of disappointed in is that I did like the rare finds section, and there were times that I tried stuff that I would have never tried otherwise. And so it is kind of sad that some of that is gone. Hopefully, maybe those make their way back on, including the cheese plate. I know people that got the cheese plate like every single day, and it was like the one thing they liked. And I get that, because some people don't want chocolate melting cake every single day. And there are people that would riot if that was taken off the menu. Now remember to hit that subscribe button. Yes, I said it. Subscribe. Get it? As in submarine? No? Too cheesy? All right. Enough of the cheese topics. Okay, I get it. Now to our next bit of news, all the drama that happened at Port Miami yesterday. First, I'd like to extend my sympathies to the family affected by the tragic boat collision that occurred with the Fisher Island ferry early Sunday morning. This incident, which unfortunately resulted in one fatality and another person hospitalized, has caused significant disruption in the Miami area, particularly Port Miami. The collision led to closure of Port Miami for a significant part of Sunday as the U.S. Coast Guard and salvage crews worked tirelessly to recover the sunken 30-foot boat. This obstruction in the North Canal left 3 cruise ships stranded at sea, unable to dock as planned. The affected ships included the Carnival Celebration, the Norwegian Cruise Line Escape, and the MSC Seascape, all carrying an estimated total of over 15,000 passengers. This unexpected delay has caused some frustrations among passengers, especially those anticipating their Caribbean vacations and those concerned about missed flights. However, amidst the chaos, there were also reports of passengers were enjoying an unexpected extra day at sea with reopened amenities. Port Miami was reopened later in the day after the obstruction was successfully cleared. By 4:30 p.m., the Seascape and the Escape had docked at port, and the Celebration was preparing to follow suit. Carnival recognized the inconvenience, reached out to the waiting passengers to reassure them that the terminal would open at 8 p.m., urging them to be there no later than 11 p.m. This incident certainly tested the cruise line's ability and crisis management skills, with some passengers praising their efforts, while others expressing frustration about the lack of communication and preparedness. One passenger, Robert Alford, on a back-to-back cruise on the Carnival Celebration, has shared his experience with us. According to Robert, the Carnival team stepped up impressively to the plate, providing frequent updates, keeping amenities open, and running activities to keep passengers entertained throughout the day. Kudos to the crew aboard the Carnival Celebration for their efforts in maintaining a positive atmosphere despite the unforeseen situation. As we wait for more information regarding this unfortunate incident, let's all remember that the importance of safety on our waters and extend our thoughts and prayers to those directly affected by this tragedy. Robert is a friend of the channel, and he let us know over on our Facebook page at Carnival Cruising Podcastaways. He let us know everything that was going on. He's got kind of a unique view of things since he's on a back-to-back cruise. He kind of saw both ends of it there. His view was really interesting, and so I wanted to make sure that that was reflected in all of this. A lot of the positive things that I've heard out of this, and that's one thing that we try to stay on, is positivity, folks. So some of the positive stuff that came out of this is that, people were able to rebook their flights. The Miami airports have done everything they can to make sure there's no rebooking fees for these passengers that missed their flights yesterday. A lot of people had to navigate getting hotels for the night, and because they're probably not flying out until today. It's really amazing to hear that they're not going to have those booking fees, and that's not going to be an added stressor to their end of their vacation. Typically on a cruise ship, you check your luggage the night before, and so there was a lot of people that were on these ships that had no access to their luggage throughout the day. So that had to be like an added stressor. I know that typically whenever I if I check my luggage, typically I don't. I used to, but now I've kind of wised up to the whole just roll off and get off early. Typically what I leave, in my room is what I'm going to be changing in for the day for a day of travel. So typically I'm like in sweatpants and something else like real comfy that I could either be at the airport or get in my car and just drive. And I don't even care at that point, like what people think I look like. So I would have looked ridiculous on this cruise. I do feel for those people that weren't prepared for this, but it's so wonderful hearing about how the cruise ships really stepped up and did their thing for everybody. And that's all the news I have for you all today. Remember, folks, life is like a voyage. You never know where the waves may take you. So stay alert, stay caffeinated, and above all else, stay cruising. My name is Trevor Shelby, and I'm signing out. Smooth sailing, Pier Runners.